last major, and who becomes the challenger. That's what the next few months are going to determine in Counter-Strike, and it starts right now. And Vitality would like to be one of those teams, but right now, it doesn't look like they may have a chance to do so in this particular series.
I mean, who's going to be the contender is the grand question of this event in its entirety as well. Everyone else that you would put up there to be able to contend with FaZe has so many if questions. One of those teams is Vitality. Masuta gets a little bit of pressure, backs away. dupreeh falls back as well. No one wants to challenge, so ramp control over to FaZe. The question becomes now, what do they do with it? broky with 1 kill on a ZywOo. Minute and 20 seconds remaining. I think he might have gotten pulled out of position due to the feeling that it was going to come in, and they just gained way too much ground before Masuta even realized it. No access through ramp room as well. This round's over.
Over indeed. So FaZe now looking like they're going to take 3 of 3 pistols in this series so far. And who do you look at? I mean, Vitality's certainly one, especially if you can get ZywOo back to the form he was in. He's absolutely a player. And this was a team at the start of the year, a French core, that not even of their own volition, but the will of the ownership and a need for change brought on the Danes, and Astralis has obviously departed and gone out of the window. Obviously rebuilding, let's not, I'm talking about the famed Astralis. G2, it looked like Katowice was a rise for them, and then ever since Nico's been a little bit lackluster, the team seems to have lost its motivation on its way. There really is a missing step right now. It's almost like FaZe and the rest.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is like every team that you would look at to step up and be a challenger at this event is just an if statement. It's like G2, if they can show the potential and the level that we think they can all reach. Vitality, if, you know, that they can do the same thing as G2 and reach that potential that we all know they have within them. And if Snax as a stand-in is going to be step up and be able to replicate some of the things that Spinks provides them. So just so many if statements on the teams that would be able to. Cloud9, if they can finally get over their demons of not being able to perform in the high pressure in the big games. So
and one that actually is surprisingly snuck on there despite the big acquisition that started off the roster shuffle that kind of made these teams all form is Device being absent from NIP, and we don't know where he is, and we wish him well and all that. And I don't want to, you know, open that can of worms of focusing on just him, but NIP have suddenly risen without him in this new lineup they've got with Brolin, and suddenly could become a challenger, but still have a lot to prove.
Well, also even with them, it's the if statement of Hampus not being here and ZTR standing in for it. So just yet again another if. Good shot from ZywOo.
And you're absolutely right in the short term with Snax and the NIP situation, and obviously all the stand-ins in the last minute at this event. But I'm even looking long term beyond that.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm thinking even in the next 3 months, who's really going to step up? And I guess the other question that could make that somewhat viable is, does FaZe fall off? Do they lose momentum at any point? Because so far, they seem pretty concise in this game. I think they're all very individually motivated players as well. ropz is a highly focused individual, put in a lot of time to get here. We know Kerrigan's got a point still to prove, despite winning now as major. He's got more on the list. Twists, he left North America. He left the organization that made him just to join a team with Kerrigan. These guys have a purpose together, and we know how good broky is in range. Just Mr. Consistent.
Yeah, they're hitting a really nice flow state with each other as a team as well. Like every time you talk to anyone within that squad, they're just loving the environment right now. So it's all PG, it's all easy for FaZe right now, because everyone off the back of the successes they've had earlier in the year are just riding the momentum, riding the wave at the moment.
Of the teams I've seen at the top, the only other team that was #1, and I'll put Na'Vi somewhat in this category, but the only other team I've seen this focused on a goal was Astralis.
Okay.
When they were at the time, when it was clearly about winning, when there was clearly a structure to the team, the leadership was there, Astralis had so much around them in that regard. It does seem like there is that individual focus in FaZe right now. And I say I put Na'Vi in that category because I think during the 2019 into the online, they were into that sort of level and mentality. And look, I know there's been outside situations that have made that very hard for them to continue on with, but it's I haven't seen it from anyone else aside from those other two, and again, the asterisks on Na'Vi.
Well, this round is over, Matt. 3-0.
Yes, it was pretty straightforward. We could speak through those ones as Vitality, on the pistols they'll buy in the next round and get their first gun. And ropz will plant the bomb for FaZe. That will be pretty straightforward. They could afford maybe to let Rain go after Masuta, but no need to lose anything else to the P250.
He's gonna get it anyways.
Okay. Twists.
Sure.
Not bad.
Just give it a little giggle. Shot through the hut. All right, first gun round coming in hot. Vitality on those all-powerful CT sides, but starting out in an 0-3 deficit. M4s across the board. No AWP picked up just yet, as ZywOo's dropped down to the M4. So move around FaZe, and Kerrigan's even going to have that MAC-10 passed into his hands, so being economical Early going in the T side for FaZe.
Waiting for an outside set this time. Not a bad call to try and take advantage of this early on if they don't think there's going to be an AWP in play. But are they aware that there's a rotation from underneath? ZywOo, he's thwarted and stifled and moving forward toward those stairs by way of a Molotov going down early. Brains forward of the smoke needs to be aware of the rotation from the big garage. He was, but he couldn't hit the shot. And from above, they also got a secondary kill all the way outside from heaven. So it's now two-man advantage for Vitality. And Masuda's going to slowly get in behind the box, rotate down. He's got support as well.
That's a horrifying smoke.
Terrible smoke.
Yeah, that's just weird in general. Masuda was like bailing out of ramp room when his teammate was rotating over to fight over at the hall.
And they obviously knew that smoke came from that hallway position.
Yeah. But FaZe is going to back all the way out of T-Lobby. Not a whole lot of utility. Molotov on ropz, flashbang on broky, no smokes with which to cross, but the three players going to maybe just try and kind of sneak outside and see if there's a weird timing where Vitality just wouldn't expect it. It's possible two players dropped into the lower bomb site, huddled up. I mean, Vitality's just running a full turtled up setup. Nobody spotting outside quite yet. A lot of freedom for FaZe. 22 seconds. They have to go upper.
Broky's gonna try and enter this. Knows there's likely to be someone on the rafters, but can't find where. They're not peeking it. They've got a rotation as well from the vents.
Do you save? You're not winning this round no matter what happens.
Bomb dropped temporarily. You're right. There's not enough time, and no save called. They just walk into the slaughter. 6 seconds when they come in from Annex.
I mean, I don't know if that would have been the right decision or anything. I don't think it necessarily would have been too big of a deal. But there was obviously no chance they were actually going to win that round. You're starting your battles in mini with like 12 seconds on the clock. So that's a nice one for Vitality off the back of those two opening kills and stalling them out over towards ramp room. 3-1.
But see what Vitality can respond with now that they've won their first gun round and they got a second on the board, a second full buy for FaZe. If they win this, they can start to turn the half. So Rain with his hot flash toward blue as he backed off Silo somewhat to throw that, but it bounces on top. They can hear that one coming. And Apex will shuffle around Smokey. Maybe get a gap through the big garage. I don't think he spotted him. I think there was a smoke that down enough. I thought there was a gap on the left side of it, but I do think they got to secret for free, which could now be a factor. Kerrigan's the one down there. He has to contend with the fact that they also have ZywOo in position with the M4.
Yeah, they know the possibilities there, so ZywOo's been shuffled into that position just in case for the moment, but Rain's gonna follow things up. Might be trying to join up with Kerrigan as well. 3 players huddled up in lobby as well. Rain just probing long range outside. No op that he has to deal with. One defender gonna get boosted back up into the rafters. That's dupreeh.
I'm still waiting for an entry point. If they could force a rotation down the vents, at least try and divide the defense a bit. ZywOo going for that frame jump on the door to make sure he's not an easy target and can get the information. Sees it that time. Man, Kerrigan even threw back into it, but the nade already well placed from ZywOo. He's on 55, poor Kerrigan.
If they want to go upper, I think Kerrigan's just kind of down there to maybe try, make it almost at the right play, and he catches him right through the smoke. That's the ball hitting the deck. He goes down, ropz finds the trade, but now FaZe have to really commit to this. In through mini is Rain. dupreeh's gonna find some safety. Bomb picked up, 17 seconds left on the clock. The spray doesn't connect. Apex does eventually go down, but dupreeh has control of lobby. Kerrigan can cross over, might be able to get a bomb plant, but he's got a 1-on-2.
It was a solid rotation from Masuda. That may have gone unnoticed in a lot of ways. dupreeh sneaks back in, done. Apex dropped in. They saw the shot from heaven, but they never saw him drop. The fact that Apex was able to get on the floor and almost seamlessly Masuda repicks, they'd have no idea that Apex was already down there, that there was a third player then watching upper. And it was a huge kill for Apex to get to again, deny that bomb. Inevitable trade there. ropz doing everything he could to try and come in. I was surprised broky didn't identify where those shots came from, even though, yes, it's the suppressed M4.
Yeah.
Pretty standard spam spot.
Could have just been lost in the chaos and the comms as well. Never know if they're communicating with each other when the shots come out. 3-2, back to pistols, back to mostly deagles. 4 deagles unarmored, except for Twist. Apex gonna challenge. That one's a little bit scary. Yeah, doesn't even want to mess with that whatsoever. So they've seen one cross over towards red box as well. A couple players out here for Vitality to hold on to this. Molotov and utility gonna start raining in. Excuse me, HE grenade gonna start raining in. Apex well committed to this fight as he slides over through the warehouse outside. 2 kills for him. dupreeh's gonna add another one, and this round is done. It's done, Matt.
All right, I believe you. It's the first thing you've said factual all night. Friggin' Vermont.
Yeah, still salty, huh?
Well, I mean, if it's salty, then it's obviously not better than Canadian maple syrup. Kerrigan working his way around at least with the needless damage. It's a kill for his trouble, but dupreeh's there to defend Apex, or rather avenge Apex. New glasses for him, I like them.
I was gonna say, are those new?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I noticed them last map, obviously, but I don't think I've seen them at an event prior. Someone will correct us on that. Who's weirdly into the fashion of Counter-Strike players.
Looks good. 3-3. We're all tied up. Round number 7. Still no op on the board for ZywOo. Comfortable on the AK-47 and the M4s as we've seen. Maybe a timing hit for FaZe. Gonna blow open the door a little bit late. Molotov comes down. ropz not making his move just yet. Apex and dupreeh gonna get aggressive outside. Looks like they almost want to boost up, but this hit is gonna come in. It's a lot of resources out of position to defend against this. Magisk has everything to do.
He's trying to find his angle. Something he can work with.
He doesn't really have anyone like covering, and even he can't really tell if they're going to be exiting the hut whatsoever. That's a pretty dangerous wide swing they could bust out on. Now he drops into the bomb site. Okay, now he's got a deeper angle in towards hut.
This is tough, though. You're right. If they go through hut, they basically have to play a retake upper from outside.
This long push, or this outside push hasn't netted anything, and okay, this is a little bit dicey now for Vitality, but they do eventually push around. ZywOo's gonna drop a smoke to stop this play through it. Kerrigan's gonna come through anyway. Spam, they might, oh no, he knows. He knows, Kerrigan goes down. ZywOo's brought down low. There's more aggression from dupreeh outside, and FaZe being put on the back foot here early on Nuke.
Yeah, didn't get a read on it. They got the first kill, but the response was swift from Vitality. One pushed, one rotated back, and they cut off the crossfire, and Kerrigan, even though he got through the doorway, didn't have the information. Try and tap the bomb plant out. Masuda has no vision toward the safe side of silos, so they'll concede the bomb, but they'll rotate it around, and dupreeh trying to throw a nade to support Masuda. Flash into the site, let him pick first, but he's traded out, and it comes to a one-on-one. He has to know that that flash was thrown in support, that it came from somewhere, and now broky, he's aware fully that he's dropped inside of the site. It's too deep for the first flash, but he reads the peak wrong, and it will be Vitality that went out the clutch, and it will be the round in their favor.
broky gets dinked in that 1v1, but only for like 8 HP or something. It was like through like a really thick portion of the wall, and I think that kind of threw broky off. You hear that dink when you're playing, and you're like, oh god, I'm low HP, but actually he didn't lose a whole lot, so he actually slid into cover, I think, when he didn't really want to. That's a good double entry for him, though, coming out a little bit late. ZywOo so low on HP, he couldn't watch for that run out of hut. Great clutch from dupreeh. dupreeh a lot to prove as well out of the major. Was very disappointed in his own result. Or his own performance, I should say. And his result. Both.
So a tactical timeout for FaZe, having conceded now 4 rounds in a row. Tech9's certainly making a comeback, isn't it, Jason?
Oh yeah, in a big way. People are loving it right now. It's made a lot of these rounds, I mean, like super dynamic without, obviously, I mean, just the same as the old Tech9, just the run and gun, the mobility factor of it is just so dangerous and deadly, especially now when you combine that with maybe a few MAC-10s, a few SMGs that people are loving. Ooh, baby. 1 round lead for Vitality. 4 straight on this defensive side as they planted their feet after losing the opening 3. dupreeh's got 8 kills to lead the server. broky on FaZe at 7 to lead their side, but still early going.
ropz downed. broky does respond. Chance to get a gun, and picked up, and they do. He grabs that Galil, but he's taken out immediately, and who's next to grab it? Twist with the M4. Trying to chase down the running and retreating player toward lower, but they don't know the Rain's already down here, so he could capitalize on the fact they pushed him this direction.
All the attention on ramp room, all the chaos, and Rain's able to slip in. This is huge.
Gotta open that doorway, though. He's got to make a noise to do it, and that might reveal his position because they're going back up toward the ramp, which means there's no one to capitalize on with the element of surprise at that point.
But Vitality's rotated so many resources just to ensure the safety of pushing through ramp room and clearing it back out. Twist is going to look for this push. Apex is in a lot of trouble.
Twist still holding on to that Tech 9 despite having the M4 picked up. So again, probably not wanting to give away position with reloaded. Did he even know he picked it up? Because he was pressing E for a gun. Maybe he thinks he can get one that's reloaded already without having to go through that process. I'm not sure. Maybe he ran over it without realizing. Either way, Kerrigan gets the shot onto dupreeh, and that will allow the entry. So they are at least going to get the bomb plant down on B, but the rotations coming in. It's Magisk and Zywoo. Both have a kit, both have 100 HP. Both have 4 kills so far in this game, and both crucially have M4s to go against Kerrigan, who has no helmets, and just that lovely Galil that started this round off. Flash avoided. They'll systematically clear out toward the toxic box as well as Decon Blue. Kerrigan. Oh, no! They lined it up! How did they possibly allow that to happen? A back turned on the peak? There's no way he got back to that side of the map.
I feel like, I don't know what the deal is with Kerrigan, but he's had so many clutches recently where people just randomly line up for him, just randomly run into his crosshair, and that is one that is going to hurt for Vitality. That should have never been. This is a 1v3 from Kerrigan, starting with that duel against dupreeh, and I believe it's Magisk who's just back turned as Zywoo's trying to wide clear the angle.
I guess they never hard cleared Orange. They didn't go that far, so he's thinking maybe he's going to late peek it, but man, oh man, he oversteps the mark big time.
That is wild. Double nade towards top silos, doesn't catch the player dropping down. Oh, so painful. When you think back to Dust 2, some of the hiccups that Vitality ran into, losing a few of those eco rounds, getting stalled out at long, losing to Tech 9's B-bomb site. That is another one that you just do not feel good about.
Smoke set for Kerrigan. Throw further smokes outside and allow Rain to advance, but dupreeh's got a lovely position. That's a tough one to read. Because you think you've cleared off the stairs, you've got the smokes to cover the big garage. Rain's going to wrap in though, so the only problem with dupreeh's position is if no one arrives there, but he can still be quick on the flank. Twist has Magisk. Rain's aware there's activity behind him. Good shot in pursuit of it. Unfortunately, that leaves him open and exposed, and Rain now turning back. Forget the flank timing for dupreeh. He's left alone. 1 on 4. Low HP on 2. Oh, this could be huge. This could be. Oh, he had to shoot him. Rain realized he saw him in his peripheral, and that gives it away. That could have been massively stealthy. If he sneaks in and gets 2 quick ones and then turns around and finds Rain.
Yeah, that depending on how that would have played out, that could have been really, really interesting. But unfortunately, we don't even get to see the possibility, the potential of it. But nice trigger discipline for dupreeh. Going to lose another round here, and they're going to lose a lot more after this because they've got no money. FaZe have found the economic reset on this T side. They're going to be able to shoot up the scoreboard after this. I think this lead is going to be like 7-4 when all is said and done. When Vitality's able to get another solid buy going on. 6-4 maybe, I should say. I'll amend that.
I mean, that's 1 round, so they don't have guns for this round. That's your big prediction.
I know.
They're going to win against the Pistols.
I
mean, to be fair in this series.
It sounded really good in my head before I verbalized it.
Mm-hmm. Think before you speak, Jason. Oh, wait, I'm the last person that should talk about that. Point. Case in point.
Yeah. 5-4.
Skylight's blown out early. ropz taking the door down at Squeaky as well. dupreeh back outside with a nade toward the fence. That will do a bit of damage onto Rain, who fires back. He's going to stampede his way toward Secret. Does actually slow things down a little bit once he gets to Red Crate. The footsteps, therefore, not heard inside the garage, but could be anticipated based on the execution. dupreeh still trying to do damage as they just come out as well, but they cannot seem to get the shots to land. I take that back. They've done a good amount of damage, but the final killing blows do not get Twist, who's on 24 and carrying on 50. Magisk will get Twist that time, but forced by Flames back into a corridor and a shooting gallery for Kerrigan. That was all too easy in the lineup. Zywoo down. dupreeh yet to be dealt with on top of the bomb site, but they know that he is in there and they can go back up, and that looks like they might do Apex.
Oh, no.
Catches them out. broky's got the bomb caught off inside, but not knowing where Rain is gone, gives it back away.
Well, they know the position of dupreeh. Locked in. ropz is going to find that ever patient over towards ramp room. 6-4. I was right.
Yeah, well done. That was a fantastic prediction, Jason. I'm very proud of you.
That almost got spicy. That was actually pretty well played for Vitality, able to come back into things. He's not able to complete it with 4 USPs and the M4. A couple close rounds for FaZe they're coming out on top of to get this lead, this 2-round lead. Here we go, back to the weapons. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. That's a team flash as well. He had the fight he wanted. It just popped at the wrong moment. And man, has it gone from bad to worse. ropz is a beast. Now he's down in vents. Verticality of the map is introduced into the round.
6 shot back from ZywOo, but unfortunately, as you say, he's already lost his teammate. Kerrigan dropping down. ropz going to rotate back as they've already gone in the vents. Now, where's he gone? They have to figure this out. Have to pinch it together. It's got to be in the big garage somewhere. And does ropz really want to reveal that position?
I don't know if there's really a great way for Vitality to come back into this. There's just one player camped out in the upper bomb site, Magisk, and this 2-man squad moving around the map trying to find out where FaZe is.
broky's the one with the bomb, and he's still in the vents.
That's a bit dicey.
It could be caught out. ropz didn't commit. He went back to try and find where ZywOo had gone. And they've lost information on this.
This is weird. The bombing down here is actually kind of dangerous with Vitality being camped out. 1 kill from this position would be wonderful. He's been spotted out. Kerrigan's able to call that over to his teammates. They still have no idea there's 2 players lower, but if Kerrigan clears out the rest of the bomb site, then they'll know. Then they'll find out. And yeah, broky's just like, nope, I'm out. Peace.
That was a pretty fast shot from masuda, considering that was a pre-fire and pre-aim from ropz, excuse me, but you're right, yeah, going back at the vents. Twist's now in a perfect position to capitalize on the rotations, and he does exactly that. ZywOo and masuda go down, and FaZe have 7-4. Jason, that was your original thought. I know it was.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take all the credit, actually.
You normally do.
Oh, man. That is unfortunate. That pop flash play just mistimed by a half second is brutal, and FaZe is just figuring out ways to pick apart this defense. Move them around the map.
B-stream update for you.
Okay.
It is Astralis, obviously, versus Encore, formerly looking for Org, which was the Australian team. Still is the Australian team, I guess. And it is 12-6 in favor of Astralis, who won the first map 16-3. So it might be the end for Encore in this particular event. ropz inside of smoke, going to try and drop away from it. Rain's backed off outside, doesn't want to get inside of the NX position with a potential crossfire. Now that's what it needs to identify, is where exactly Apex has gone.
Oh man, broky's already moving up heaven though. They have no idea. They have no, flashbang, that's unfortunate. He's gonna at least 2, surely. They're trying to hide, but man, he's funneled them out into the open for the rest of his teammates. Well done, FaZe. Just moving perfectly in sync across the map, and smiles and laughs now spreading onto the face of Kerrigan. That's never a fun sign.
No, it's not. When he gets comfortable, yeah, you know things are going well. Because there's times where they're winning and he's not smiling, and that indicates perhaps the communication or the game plan isn't perfect, but when he's relaxed, usually means everything's ticking.
You saw Zonic call the timeout there right at the end of the round. They are getting just beaten up across the map in every which way. 5 rounds straight for FaZe. Dominant T-half so far for them. And we're going to get the final switch up from the Vitality defense. ZywOo, it's taken him 12 rounds to get here, but in round 13, he's going to bust out the big green. He's busting out the AWP to see if he can scrape together a few more rounds for Vitality down the stretch. And boy, do they need it. A little bit more breathing room before they switch over to the offensive half.
Trying to breathe some life into them. Somewhat of a father figure, I think, for teams that he stands behind. ZywOo. So we go at it again. broky, there's the replay as he was, yeah, you're right, up behind him. They had no idea. He had free reign of the upper side, and then ropz comes back around to find Apex, who I thought had a chance of catching out Rain at an earlier point in the round. So one will be this time. ZywOo, AWP, they know he's got it now because he's fired into the smoke looking for that crack on the cross at long. This is interesting though, we haven't seen this yet, the boost at ramp room.
Yeah, so you can kind of leave him alone and trust masuda instead of dropping down just to stand strong. He's got a lot of flashbangs coming his way. He's turned from all of them. Oh, first kill is his. Oh, second kill as well. Good movement. Apex goes down in support, and ropz is going to find another one. 4 HP though.
Exactly that. masuda does very well to relocate and drop down. And he's done everything he needs to. ropz just trying to get a bomb plant in for FaZe. Taps it though, knows that they're coming down the stairs, could hear it, but the door not open. He's got to open it inwardly, and ZywOo smartly has the pistol ready based on the damage that was called. They get one back. So a change of play, a change of pace, the AWP and the boost. So out of the timeout, a bit of ingenuity.
That's good though. It's exactly what it's designed to do. Get you 1 or 2 more rounds in the final 3, hopefully all 3. But they needed some kind of a switch up, and it wasn't even the op that provided it for him. It was the boost up from masuda. And now FaZe get a call against an AWP, so we'll see what Kerrigan can bring out of the playbook. Round number 14, coming in hot towards the lobby. Fast utility towards the upper bomb site. Counter utility spent as well. And here comes a timing hit at the upper site. Rain gonna swing wide. dupreeh's got one in the front of Hut. They line up for him, but he can't connect any of the shots after that. And the rest of Vitality is stuck behind smokes. There goes Apex. So the op is in the hands of ZywOo, but a perfectly called upper hit. And even if there was even a teammate survived and it was a 2-on-4, 2-on-3, that op is going to be a little unwieldy in the retake. So 9 rounds for FaZe. And this isn't anything like Dust 2, where it was a kind of a brawly back and forth affair down the stretch. This one feels, I don't want to say decided, but it feels certainly firmly in the hands of FaZe.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, despite that the map's become a lot closer, when you still see a lead like this of the team that picked it on T side early, with an economic advantage like this, you're usually looking pretty comfortable. And there was, I mean, don't get me wrong, FaZe called the first tactical time out in this because they lost 4 in a row. Yeah. They were a little bit concerned. ZywOo showing some flair now, but just desperate to hold on to the AWP at this point, which I think he'll do inside of the smoke.
But remember, this run of FaZe taking over this map all started with a round of Tech9s and Deagles, and then Kerrigan winning that 1v3.
That's a fantastic point.
Ever since that round, that was round 8.
That absolutely broke them, you're right.
It's 6-1 run from FaZe, so just that one small mistake, that one small inch that Vitality gave up, and FaZe has taken a mile. Knocking on the door of a 5-round lead going into halftime. Op still in the hands of ZywOo, but it's been silent. I don't think the Op has gotten a kill until just now. There's the first one. Twist goes down, but again towards the upper bomb site quick. dupreeh gets one. ZywOo with another Op kill. There's a gap in the smoke, which is just brutal.
Oh, Masuda's got him down before he can even get the shot off. So we go 9-6. FaZe hold the lead by 3, but 1 before the half to at least get some life back into Vitality. We'll take a break. See you after that on Final Jeopardy.
Hey Future Pros! I saw Big doing a nifty little boost on Nuke during the European Minor Open qualifiers, so I thought I'd quickly show you all how to recreate it. To do this boost, you'll need 2 Future Pros and 1 AWP. Future Pro number 1, you'll be acting as the stool. It's important work and your contribution is appreciated. Run over and hop onto the far left railing and crouch down. When Future Pro 2 is on your head, stand when they jump and then just chill out. Future Pro number 2, you will get to have all the fun. Follow Future Pro 1 and get onto their head using the close railing. Jump again to allow your stool to stand. Now aim towards this gap and line yourself up so this railing lines up with the edge of the direct close wall. Position your scope so you're aiming just below the painted blue section. Then fire your AWP when the timer is just about to change from 148 to 147. Here you can see the exact moment when CSN made his shot. And that's it. With a bit of luck and a willing teammate, I'm sure you can hit this shot at least 1 in every 100 rounds. Good luck.
first half. They've won all 3 pistols thus far in the series, and that gives them lots to cheer about. And an interesting thought, as we saw the momentum, and you mentioned, Jason, that round of which Kerrigan killed 3, and arguably shouldn't have in that situation, considering it started with pistols. It broke down vitality, and it often is said that the international rosters and communication can be lost in those tense times. Except that we just had FaZe as an international roster win a major. Now, it got me thinking, I don't think there's any 2 players on FaZe that speak the same native language. Not to say there isn't a language that they both speak aside from English, but every other team often seems like when 2 people die, the other 3, or, arbitrarily saying whatever amount, speak the language that, the French players are left alive, or the Danish. I wonder if that breaks things down in terms of camaraderie over the long enough terms of the game.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I don't know how we'd figure that one out. Either way, Megas rips off the head of ropz. broky goes down inside the vents, but here's the dualies coming into play. ZywOo with a dirty little off angle, and those dualies again are going to find a headshot from Twist.
See, if there's anyone who could use the dualies, Jason,
sure,
it would be Twist. Yeah, okay. As Kerrigan's gotten ZywOo, and Twist will get Apex as well, point in case. And they'll get the defuse on the round. It'll be 4 for 4 in pistols thus far for FaZe. And you're right, I don't know how you track that other than a case study, but it's an interesting thought, because it's often been the way that if, said Danes, in the case of Vitality, are dead, they'll go back to French to make it easy and more natural. But when everyone's forced to speak English to each other all the time, maybe you build that communication up.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I imagine international rosters, obviously, with how many players have been so effective at getting pumped through the FPL pipeline and playing with each other over the years, it's just going to be less and less as we go on.
You're right, as we go on, but still, there's a lot of people that have that framework in place.
10-6. Second round buy from Vitality with that bomb plant. AK-47 on ZywOo. 2 Galils on Megas and Masuta.
Stack outside at Big Blue is indeed outside of the big garage, but not exposed to Silo. Meanwhile, Twist on the floor, M4 already. This position, if broky can make it work, but he's got to get the timing on his peak right. Sees one outside, flash over, or was that a smoke? I think it was a deep smoke either way.
Ooh, big fight for ropz here at the off angle, spots the leg, swigs into it, didn't expect so many players. Actually, does pretty decent damage though, good tack from the scout as well. That's broky brought down to 28 HP. Apex is going to be fighting a retreating battle with this sniper. Megas finds one, but Twist is responding, so is Rain.
Yeah, Rain farming up on that MP9 as well. The scout is.
Oh, he's not covered. He's not covered at all.
You're right, bomb left in the open. Twists, strikes hot, and now he looks the wrong way, dupreeh, because he's looking to return on that. He doesn't aware that broky's gone up into the control room, and suddenly Magisk, after getting a great opening in the round, finds himself completely alone. And even the best of magicians might have trouble pulling something from this round, with broky already at a great spot to not only get early information, but to cover off and get the kill when he arrives. That girl's gonna show. Easy shot at that point in time, and it's now 11-6.
Man, I don't know. That round collapsed so fast. I don't know what the communication was from Vitality, but man, there's no smoke down in that door, and there was just no cover provided for that bomb plant whatsoever, and that's got to be a priority, yeah. Well, Apex, yeah, gesturing.
Pretty passionate, Apex. You're right. Nothing looking at it. broky able to sneak up as well and then get those 2 final kills. But you can see them trying to jump up the boxes rather than actually focus on the obligation.
And Twist wasn't exactly quiet about kind of swinging down those stairs to make that play. He was stomping the whole way. Regardless, ropz now pushing up once freebies, and he's got at least 1. Looking for the rebuttal, the response. Another kill from Megas. ropz is going to handle business. Twist finally shuts down Megas, and quickly just into a 1-on-3. Apex with a P250. 6-round lead.
Yeah, fast FaZe. Already getting 3 in this half.
Apex does have the bomb, and he's kind of slipped the net. He could at least get a plant. Doesn't want to mess with the lower bomb site and all the angles and all the hiding spots that has to offer, so looking to go upstairs, drop down quick. It's all about timing on this. Oh, player just went down vent. Everything is working together for Apex to just get a plant, and you might as well at this point just go for it.
Yep, get the money. They planted it. They hear him now. They heard him jump down, and everyone's running. Guys, he's in the site.
Yeah.
ropz will run in and get the kill on the MP9, so that'll be 3 kills for him in the round, so good money, but money is the name of the game for the bomb, and Apex does well to get that for his team.
Yeah, no danger of losing that round either. Just the plant is just the only goal that was really available to Vitality. So here's the Magus kills, 1 dig onto Kerrigan as he slides out. And this is Apex just crawling up the ladder. He's looking for a 2-0 in this series.
It would put them equal with Ents to be
well, it
in
would
the
also,
playoffs.
yeah, give them they're into the playoffs, and then they'll have to find out if they can get to the semifinals. They get to skip the quarterfinals.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, you get the bye all the way forward in it, and as I say, Ents the first team to do that in the previous series. Astralis has 2-0'd Encore. They made it closer than the first map, 16-9, but the Australians are removed already from Dallas. dupreeh trying to find some pre-fire in toward that squeaky doorway and going out. That smoke is a timer for broky because that gun is a long AWP that can stick out. He's got to see it now. Sure, yeah, he did. Absolutely did.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, now he definitely does, but he knows there's likely to be support.
No.
They almost lined up for that outside the wall. Okay, excuse me. The second man was Rain outside, but either way, Twist gets the kill instead.
Oh, Apex didn't spot his head. That just showed up for a brief millisecond. He did not catch it on the bottom of his screen. dupreeh's got to be so bummed. He had all the information. He had 2 kills lined up and his head was already playing out.
Wow.
Good shot from ZywOo, stopped short. Good rebuttal again from ZywOo. Finds Twist, trades that off quick. Rain is looking for someone to drop down. ropz is the last man to defend here.
Smoke out of the door, so they want to go wide on it. AWP, ramp position, though. This is a tough angle for him. He needs to know where to look, but it catches out ZywOo. AWP down. He was the man that traded the other kills, and Masuda doesn't have the confidence to go for it. Apex still upstairs. Masuda could get caught. Rain's got him down. It looked like the back exposed, but Rain turned and got the call in time, and he was ready for Apex after having his teammate fall down upstairs. It is FaZe again to recover the round, 13-6.
Yeah, a bit of a dicey situation when ZywOo opens that up and gets those 2 kills, trades those 2 kills in the lower bomb site. But man, Twist handled business here against dupreeh. That's a bummer because he knows he had the one in the vent right afterwards. Good round from ropz as well with the AWP in the lower bomb site, managing both sides of the smoke. And Apex, this kill turned out to have 0 impact on the round as he gets taken out immediately afterwards. So another win, 13-6. FaZe just continues marching forward. That announcer had some helium.
Had some helium. I would do a cast on helium.
That'd be a lot of helium.
That would be a lot. Yeah, the whole cast would be. I would probably die.
That would cause some kind of bodily issue.
Definitely some brain cells.
I don't know the
would
symptoms
be
of like overdosing on helium, but it.
Want to find out?
Nope. I have no desire. You can. Just let me know.
Okay. You'll be here to witness it, so I won't have to let you know anything. Masuda trying to get the shot inside of the site. They've already got the first pick onto Apex, so again the advantage for FaZe. And Rain holds downstairs to watch the control room doors.
All right, Vitality. What can you do here? Control of secret. Bomb's coming up late outside, though, and it's got a cross. Then you got broky with eyes on the position. You're going to have to get a peek from secrets, because if you want that bomb to cross and join up with you, you have to get a double peek. Yeah, the ZywOo slides out. The op is given away. broky's moved away from that angle. Twist listening for information. Here's the flashbang cue. Rain is the only player downstairs at the moment.
Giving up heaven early as well, so they were definitely allowing this to happen, but no further rotation.
ropz can shift down from ramp room. He can be there pretty quickly, but if utility is in place, there's a smoke and a Molotov. I don't think they have enough to fully block it up. Oh, that's soul crushing. That's soul
18
crushing.
seconds. Yeah, they pretty much have to open that door and commit to it. They try and go in. Oh, shot through the doorway. Didn't quite do enough damage. They do get dupreeh down, but ZywOo and Magisk still alive, and Magisk holds off Twist on the flank. He now has to cover off the bomb that goes down and cover off the planter post in the process, but it's broky that gets Magisk, and there's just one to find. ZywOo, he's revealed his position, but he jumps through like a magician in toward control room. And he's going to have to back away and keep this alive as long as possible. Control room doors are closed off. He reopens them. He's trying to bait them off the bomb because they're going to hold it. He's got to take the fight, and ropz is ready for it. Good teamwork and team play by FaZe.
Yeah, and obviously the bomb planted on the other side of the silo forces ZywOo's hands. He has to expose himself so wide to that danger and just gets punished. Oh, FaZe having all the answers. Even when Vitality go on the kills to kind of really open things up, it just doesn't feel like they have everything it's going to take to turn the round and win the round in their favor. This is unfortunate for ZywOo. No real chance at winning that.
And the trust was there, right? Hold the plant, ropz, you got this.
Yeah, I mean, even if the shot misses, right, it's almost like ZywOo wants to stop and take that fight, so it's going to buy a second. I think that diffuser's going in no matter what. Nice attempt from ZywOo in an awkward and a difficult 1v3. This has really slipped out of control for Vitality. 6-14. Ever since that fateful 1v3 from Kerrigan on an eco, a force buy win in the first half, it's been 11-2 run.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's tough. Although it might be a little bit better this time because 2 kills come back. They've only lost Apex. He's been having a rough game this time, going down early quite frequently. But they get Rain and broky, and Magisk outside. As dupreeh playing, Guardian up above, but it's Twist that has other ideas on that. They're gonna wrap around as well. Magisk can get the shot on Twist, all he wants, but he has absolutely no. Oh, Kerrigan does get the kill. If he had got away from that, that would have been pretty poor and awkward. ropz, did the gun barrel show? Was he close enough? Does Masuda know? I think he did. I think he would have seen him backing away, and they're definitely checking it as though he did. I don't think ropz realized he'd given himself up.
All right, Kerrigan, do you have one more clutch available to you? He's already dropped down vents. He knows where this is coming. He's in position. There's the Molotov, and he's got to be held back, but low HP. Oh, he gets it through the edge of the wall. That's Masuda going down. ZywOo's going to try and get this plant as the Molotov is still there, and it gives him time to get into a new position. Kerrigan knows he's on the left now.
Out though, ZywOo ready for it, and finally, Vitality get on the board, 14-7. They'll need to double their score before FaZe get to overtime if they really want a chance at this.
Yeah, that's such a hard-fought round as well. A long way to go before you start feeling good about any kind of a comeback from Vitality. Kerrigan almost able to pull off another clutch. ZywOo just stands his ground. Bullets whiz right over his head. Nice try from Kerrigan. 14-7. Although, I mean, if you're Vitality at this point, you're saying, yeah, we've lost a bunch, but we have their economy in a precarious position. If we get this knockout punch, that's the biggest hope we have, and it has to be right now. It has to be this round. broky, they almost line up. Decent damage, but the early trades go in the favor of Vitality until Rain finds one through smoke.
2v2. That's still 1:32 to play with. Twist will get inside of the control room.
And you don't know his position. He hasn't been involved in the action. No kills, no assists. Hasn't even fired a bullet yet, so he's just hidden on the map, and Vitality is looking for anyone to give them any piece of information.
Windows intact down there as well. Rain, does he flank all the way around to the back ramp? If they're not quick about getting down there, he's going to be hot on their heels. But it will come to Twists. And they're staring at, they're looking at it. He looked away, but he looked back, couldn't quite get the headshot. Damage was there. He hit Masuda, but it was just the timing. He lost out on it, and Rain's not in position. He was going toward heaven, so he didn't anticipate the fact that they could have flanked. He thought potentially they did go back to upper. With bomb down, he knows the damage was there from his teammate, so he'll try and do what he can with it. Doors open. ZywOo wants to re-peek it, but Rain's already gone by, and I don't know if they're aware of this. The problem is it's underneath the catwalk. It's a tough angle to find, but as soon as Rain rounds this corner, Masuda's going to be a sitting target. Done. Doesn't even stop moving, fires the shot, but which angle does... Oh, he's already spotted that. Tap him out. Know which way he has to peek. He looks and sees the flash. Window explodes in front of it, and the shot from Rain. The MVP of the major steps up again. It's going to be map point and series point for FaZe.
And he's got no kit. That shot had to be fast. That kill had to come in quick. He's got the defuse. That is spectacular. What an incredible clutch, and all down to timing. ZywOo just never saw him cross above the rafters. That timing is so painful. Makes up for that little distraction from Twist, the little quick look away that was his undoing. But beautiful shot from Rain. Smiles everywhere. Little massage at the end. It's going to have to be 8 rounds straight for Vitality. 21 kills on ropz, 20 on Twist to lead the way for FaZe, 19 on ZywOo, and then 15 on Magisk and dupreeh each.
So 1 round to go for FaZe to make it through to the semifinals, to make it through to the playoffs, topping the group. Something that's become expected of them. And you go back 11 months even, not even a full year. You can even go back 10 months. And everyone was saying, where's FaZe? They weren't playing any games. 2021. They weren't playing as much in the online era. They made some new acquisitions, but they were not having any results. And look at what they've created in that time. Potential was there, but now they're acting on it. And it's Twists with the alligator, as Chad likes to call it, the shotgun.
Noob tube.
Noob tube, yes, that's more like it. Although then Call of Duty introduced the grenade launcher, and that's the real noob tube. I don't want to talk about it. But Kerrigan with one only gets the first kill before getting traded out by Misuda, and that means they're going to rotate down in that direction. Twists! Unsure where to look.
That's the second time he's like had his crosshair in the right position, and he's just looked away in these past 2 rounds. That's unfortunate.
And now we'll get the full rotation that Rain was perhaps anticipating in the last round, as Apex wants to swing out from the air conditioner. But ropz was there, not aware, however, that he was that close when he wanted information for the peak, and they'll have the upper sight. Vitality. And I think Rain goes down here. I was going to say pretty easily, but either way, he won't get access to the site.
No, they're at least forced out. So another round for Vitality. They're going to prolong things just a little bit more.
Money's low.
Yeah, money is very low. So a couple rounds probably going to go in the favor of Vitality here, but still, this feels like an insurmountable task. Broky just trying to stay alive in ramp room. $0 in the bank for him, 50 in the bank for Twists. Next round will surely have to be a save for FaZe. Alrighty then. I liked the FaZe we saw on Dust 2 in the early going. They seemed, I don't know. I was mentioning in that during the map focus, they seemed like they were rising to the occasion. Like, you know, nothing. It's. I think one of the signs of like a team that's kind of really figuring out how to put things together is when you can just kind of stomp opposing teams. When you can like play your A game against like lesser opponents that you feel like
true.
you're better than them.
Yeah, you don't get caught off by the unexpected.
And
it's not just counter-stratting. It's yeah, I get what you're saying.
And playing against the best teams in the world kind of has an easy factor of just kind of zeroing everyone in on the same goal. That's what I felt on Dust 2. Here, obviously, not so much. FaZe's map pick looks to be comfortably in their favor. 7 more rounds for Vitality to force overtime.
Kerrigan already out inside of the big garage, but Magisk with a smoke wall down that's not designed to cover his access towards Secret, but just to get him in position, reverse annex. Twists again with the Deagles, or the Dualies, excuse me. There they are. Showing them off for you. Little razzle-dazzle on that spin.
Yeah, it wasn't too shabby. He's going to have to move when this Molotov comes in.
There's a story for you as well, by the way. If FaZe do go on to win the Grand Slam, as people are already hyping,
Twist the first with 2.
He would be the first double Grand Slam winner.
Let's come up with a new name for it. Super Grand Slam. Twists.
Slam dunk.
Okay.
I feel like that's more common than a Grand Slam anyway, but...
Well, everyone quiet on the map. Here comes the exec from Vitality, but Rain's in a cheeky position they might not expect. He might be able to just grab 1 before being traded. Yeah, there we go. Oh, he gets 2. Beautiful with the Deagle. Twist is going to hold on towards Hut. Still a dangerous position. There's that M4 up above in rafters as well.
Every single time they're on lesser weapons, FaZe find a way to open it up. A Deagle deadly. And Zywu has to swing. Twists can't quite do anything with the dualies this time, but broky's still above. He knows he's going to have double trouble. He knows he needs to peek it perfectly, but can't quite get it done as Apex down below turned his attention too quickly. And it will survive another round. Vitality 15-9.
Yeah, but man, that has to make your heart skip a beat if you're Vitality when those 2 Deagle headshots come out from Rain. That has to make you feel like crap. All right, still alive. 9-15. Good shooting from Rain. Just can't convert after that. The dualies inside of Hut, not as impactful as Twist would have liked. Some good shooting from Zywu down the stretch.
That could have gone the other way. A downward angle headshot is entirely possible, but tough angle. Because
the third kill would have been very difficult towards Mini, but it would have been possible. You're right. 6-round lead.
So full pistols this time. Slight upgrade for the 2 Deagles, but one of those already removed as broky goes down. Kerrigan's the next to fall. 5-7 as well, I suppose we should say, for ropz if we want to talk upgrades in their entirety. But just he and Twist now remaining. So we should hit double digits now for Vitality. quick shoulder checks. Take the time as it's allotted to them. It's 56 seconds still on the clock. Bomb not getting near the site yet. Oh, lovely from Twists. Unfortunately, it's going to get his position away. And low HP, he'll get taken care of immediately, but still does get one on the board. Poor ropz. Just sitting and hoping with a prayer that he could find a clean kill on top of it and be overlooked. Maybe catch out the bomb, but it was never going to go that far, was it?
Vitality's being so cautious even when they have that 4-on-1 advantage with ropz there. They're just chilling. Timeout called by FaZe to discuss things, making sure they can stop this run.
Is this their first or their third?
First.
Okay, so
that's a 1, not a 3.
Yeah, no, but I thought maybe for some reason it was counting down because I called and I apparently misspoke that they called the first time out of the game when they lost 4 in the first half. So excuse me on that. They did not.
It's okay. We'll let it slide. You just got off an airplane a couple hours ago.
I did. I did.
4 of the last 5 in the favor of Vitality. Late bid to make this map interesting. Late bid to take us to a third map. Third map would be Inferno if we could get there, but it's not looking likely. And live back into the round, 26 coming in hot. FaZe is back on the weapons. M4's across the board. What they're missing is nades. What they're missing is utility.
But they're getting it. The damage, that is, by way of bullets through the smoke as Kerrigan already tags dupreeh down to 11. He backs all the way outside of lobby.
No kits as well on the CT side. Now there's two players in secret. I imagine we could see Rain be pretty aggressive here if he wants to. If he sees the opportunity, he could be frisky because I don't think they would expect twists in a little basic switch setup. Yeah, there's one. He's going to go for another. Fight until you die. Seems to be the tactic. Rain's going to back off, though, with 22 HP. No reason to risk anything more. Twist will have to find a new position to play in.
A nade would have done it for Rain. That's why they swap it. But he's going to go back out. So now that he goes down, they may still call that's the same player.
I don't think that's going to sell it, though. He was, like, wildly aggressive on that. I think Megas is still going to have alarm bells going off that, like, Rain was going crazy down here. Rain was just being an insane man.
You might be right on that. Even if they don't anticipate that the second peak was actually Twists and not Rain, they could certainly anticipate that a rotation has already come in. I like the attempt, Rain going back out to die rather than leaving Twist to be first point of contact after the early exchange.
Oh.
Sell that he's alone, but broky out, catching them in open. Apex down, knows there's going to be a repeat because Twist had that information, and now Kerrigan shuts down the bomb at the squeaky doorway. Masuda, 10 HP, last alive, working back inside from Mini, but Kerrigan's had enough of that as well. And he will get the final kill for FaZe to go 2-0. And therefore, on the day, they will advance through the brackets undeterred and into the semifinals. With that, Jason, we're going to send it back over to the desk.